welcome to this quick tool review. This time around we're going to take a look at something that would ordinarily be outside the purview of what my channel would cover, except that because of where I live, it's very appropriate. Taking a look around my shop, you see that I have multiple fans. Here's a 1 and there's 2. And you may ask why, or probably not, because my shop is an uninsulated garage and I live in Southern California. And the temperatures in my shop during summer get way over 100, over 120 if I leave the garage door closed. So fans are an essential part of dealing with the heat and working in summer. This guy here is a Harbor Freight Special, and it works okay. It's not the greatest design. I put it on wheels so I can move it around, but it's not always convenient to get where you need it because it's big enough that the stand gets in the way of everything. You can sort of see the stand down there. That stand normally lies flat on the ground. I drilled some holes, added some wheels, and we are good to go. But still, it only moves sort of on the periphery on the outside of the shop there. So, not ideal. This fan is portable, but it's too low to the ground most of the time. Its job mostly right now, I found out that if I blow straight up, I can blow all the hot air that accumulates towards the ceiling of my garage. Even though there are vents there, it blows a vast amount of heat out and actually keeps the overall shop a lot cooler. Which takes us to the product I'm taking a look at here. Pulling this guy out of the box, it's an Ogery, if that's how they pronounce their name, Ogery camping fan. This fan is one of dozens on Amazon that have a similar form factor. They have lithium-ion batteries inside, 20 amp hour in this case. It is an oscillating fan. It has lighting, 3-level lighting. It can charge your cell phone. None of those features do I need. I just want the fan part of it. Maybe the light, if the light is any good, I don't know. The oscillating fan is going to be extremely useful in my shop, hopefully, because I can place it where you want it. The 20 amp hour battery gets this between 16 and 190 hours runtime, depending on the velocity that you set the fan to, which can be up to 5.3 meters per second or about 12 miles an hour. That's a pretty decent breeze. The charging ability of this is 4.5 hour fast charging, which is pretty impressive. Again, 20 amp hours. That's a pretty sizable battery. There's a bunch of numbers games going on in Amazon where everyone tries to outdo the next guy with the numbers game. So there are fans of different similar form factors with 35,000 milliamp hours, 40,000 milliamp hours, 45,000 milliamp hours. They're all playing a game. So what I hope is that this one will be adequate. Now, interestingly enough, those ones that have the higher current capacity or the power capacity, depending on how you look at it, in the battery pack itself, also have similar run times. So either they're running their fans faster or they're slightly bigger. You can't tell from the pictures. But they're all about 16 to 190 hours, roughly, when I just sort of look through the list. So this one seems like a pretty decent example to check out. Supposedly very quiet, 23 dB noise, but I'm guessing that's at its slowest speed, not at its fastest speed. Noise is not going to be a problem in my shop because it's already very noisy in here when I'm working. It uses a standard 5-volt charger, and that would be a cell phone charger, just greater than 18 watts. And you can set the oscillating range between 30, 60, 90, and 120 degrees, and the light at 3 different brightness levels. The light itself will run for 33 to 152 hours. Comes with the manual. Charging cord, USB-C. It's nice that people have finally standardized on a connector. Even Apple finally gave up and chose USB-C, probably because they were forced to by the European Commission. Thank God. Getting a whole new set of chargers and cables every time you get a new cell phone was just moronic. And the fact that USB-C can be used for a whole bunch of different devices is pretty amazing. This thing is scary light. It's hard to imagine this thing has a 20 amp hour battery inside. At the end of it, we'll see if we can take it apart and check out and see what is actually in there. Like I said, charge time, if you have the right charger, is 4.5 hours, which is pretty decent. And I should be able to get a run time of a complete day. This thing is incredibly light. Let's pop this guy on a scale. Looks like it weighs about 1.5 kilograms or 3 pounds, 5 ounces. Very light. Hard to imagine those batteries are actually 20 amp hours. Hopefully I can take this thing apart so we can take a look. The fan is tiltable, which is very handy. I have not charged it yet, which I need to do. So just turn this dial to turn the fan on. The air pressure is very impressive. It'll be perfect for up close. You can angle it, which is very nice. There's oscillating mode. Looking at the layout, you've got controls on the front. It looks like there's fan speed control, light on and off, battery capacity. There's a timer, and then there's how far it oscillates back and forth. That's interesting. And this is a rotary encoder. There's also power out for charging your cell phone. And there is a fast charging port for the USB-C cable right here. And a remote with a holder so you don't lose it. That's kind of interesting. You don't see a whole lot of fans with remotes. I guess there are some out there. Well, the limitation, according to the manual, you simply select the angle you want this thing to oscillate at. However, no matter what I set it to, it seems to be doing 120 degrees or whatever the maximum is. Oh, there's shorter. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's interesting. I needed to do a couple cycles before it limited itself to 30 degrees. Well, there you go. That's good. That's definitely nice. Today's one of the days when I've got all the fans running, the big ones running, the ceiling clearing fan is running. It's not a super hot day, but it's about 94 here in the garage. Very nice. So let's get back to this guy. One feature I forgot to go over was the light feature. I talked about the amount of time it would run, but I didn't show you. There's low, medium, high. It's actually pretty darn good, and since this is tiltable, you can aim the light where you want. In complete dark, this is pretty darn bright. All right, let's open this guy up and see what we can see. I was turning this guy over to look for the screw holes, and look what I found down here. There's a hidden hook. You can hang this guy, which is exactly how I want to use it. That's absolutely fantastic. I'll be hanging it from a rope looped around the beams in my garage over by the milling machine, so this can be right in my face. That'll be fantastic. So they used the labels to hold the seam together on this guy, which is going to be problematic because the other side is a translucent label that's used for indicator lights right here. So if I take this off, I'm liable to damage it. So they didn't want you getting in here. Besides the 4 screws that are obvious, under the feet, the adhesive feet in all 4 corners, there were additional screws, which I think really sucks, unfortunately. Now, the adhesive here is playing a role, although I think I only need the bottom of it lifted. All right, finally, in the base you have your 2 lithium-ion packs. They're pretty beefy. Well, that's cute. So those feet come off. They're really large flat pack lithium-ion batteries with no nomenclature on the top side, and the adhesive holds them in there really well, so probably not getting that off easily. You got a power control board here with your charger, your power out for charging other devices. There's an IC on the other side there, and I really would like to see how big those batteries are, but I can't. The main controller board is right here. There's a bunch of different leads going in there. So I would say one would be for the light, which would make sense. I would think the other would be for the motor. Oh, yeah, one would be for the motor. And then there's this other guy here. So here's the light over here, and you can see it's pulse width modulated. It's on most of the time. That's the lowest setting. And as the setting gets more, That's interesting because that's kind of backwards from what I expect. The off time is increasing, or I don't know if that's, yeah, that's 0, so that's very odd. It is kind of backwards from what I'd expect. So the amount of time that it spends on at +5, I would expect to increase. There's off. So here's the same sort of thing. The fan is off. Here's the pulse width modulating. There's slow, so it spends a lot of its time in the ground state, which would be off. That's minimum speed. And then as I increase the speed, the amount of the time it spends off decreases. Let me fix the trigger here. There you go. So you can see full speed, the amount of time it spends off is less. And as I slow it down, it spends more time off. That's exactly what I expect for the light. For whatever reason, that is inverted. So the 3 boards, there's the power supply board, there's a buzzer board, which they decided, actually it's all one piece, so it's just got cutouts in it. So buzzer, the main section for the motor pulse width modulator and the light pulse width modulator. And then I was wondering what this is, and I just figured that out. That's the IR remote receiver that will send information to the processor that's controlling the pulse width modulation state over here. I think that's about it. Not bad design. These are some pretty big battery packs. They're saying each one of these is 10 amp hour. They're pretty thick. They're nearly 12 millimeters or ½ an inch thick. So I guess they could be. They're seriously beefy. If you're wondering more about this scope, it's a Finrissi 350 megahertz 2-channel oscilloscope with a waveform generator built in, and for a very reasonable price. Totally blown away at the quality, considering it definitely has some serious limitations and it does do some measurement errors, but for the most part, for the price, it's pretty amazing. Runs on battery for about 3 hours, costs about $200 and something. An incredible deal. So final look with all the features. You've got a handle on the top. You have a charging port on the back, or a phone charger out on the back, or device charger out. Has 20 amp hour batteries, has a remote control. On the bottom, it has a hidden hook that I didn't even know was there that rotates with clicking detents. Absolutely fantastic. I'm definitely going to use that. It has sleep mode, so there's a timer for how long it stays on. There is a oscillation mode where it'll go back and forth. So first, it does a full 120 degrees in each direction, and then once it's completed each direction, whatever you have it set at, it'll stop at. So you can have it at full 30, 60, 90, or 120. And if you set it to 30, it'll first do all the way to one side, all the way to the other side, then restrict itself to 30 after that. Timer for how long it stays on, light with 3 different brightness levels, and fan speed adjust. I really did a number on the sticker up here, I apologize. It's very stiff vinyl sticker, and it did not like being peeled up so that I could get the clamshell apart, unfortunately. Bottom line is, I give this guy a thumbs up, and I'm looking forward to using it in my shop. I know that this was designed for camping, but for me, this is going to have an amazingly useful lifetime in my shop. Hopefully the batteries will survive the heat out here because my shop gets pretty darn warm. Thanks for watching. Hope you find it useful. Hope to see you next time.